Greetings, everyone. My name is Aminta, and I am an Environmental Program Specialist here at Cobb County Water System. Thank you for tuning in to our Lunch and Learn webinar series. The topic for today is how you can become a leak detective. So if you're interested in learning some practical tips and about the programs that we offer to Cobb County residents that may assist you along the way, tune in. Keep tuning in. Did you know that last month we celebrated here at Cobb County Fix a Leak Week? It's held every March, every year, and this is sponsored by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency's Water Sense program. It's generally a time where we encourage families, and yes, you can certainly loop in your young ones with you, to check for water leaks and drips in bathrooms, kitchens, and yards at home. The Water Sense program is also the program that manages and coordinates the Water Sense product label. If you're ever in the market for a new toilet or a new irrigation controller, a new fixture, check out the Water Sense label and logo. Generally, these mean that the product is independently certified to save you more water. That is, they are more water efficient than their counterparts, right, or older versions that do not have the label. How do I check if I have a leak? The first thing that you can do to give yourself a really good baseline is to check your water bill. Now, some of us still have paper bills, but if you would like, you can certainly log into your water customer account and look up not only your most recent bill and download it. You can actually download past months as well. Now, Cobb County Water System reads your meter about once a month, and meters are typically read within a 28 to 32 day window. Look at the chart and the amount, the time frame in which the meter reading has taken place. And by the way, A means actual. And get a sense of what is typical usage for you during that time of the year. Like, let's say during the summer months, you have an irrigation system that you use to water your landscape during the hotter months. Well, if you turn that off typically during the colder months, on average, perhaps your colder months will have less water usage than during your summer months, right? And if you get a spike during your colder months, that would be an indication to you that you have something abnormal going on, something that's not the norm. A spike during the colder months, when you have an irrigation system in place that you use in the summer, that might be an indication that you may have a leak. The next thing that you can do is look for your water meter, and you can use your water meter to determine if you probably have a leak. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to play a video of my supervisor, Angie Marcus, who is going to show you how you can actually use a water meter to find a leak. Here we go.
But you've checked all of the common culprits: toilets, faucets, hot water heater, outside irrigation system, and can't find a leak? You can actually use your outside water meter to help you determine if you might have a leak inside your home.
Your first step is to make sure there is no water being used inside or outside your home. No clothes washer filling, no dishwasher running, no watering outside. You'll need to locate your water meter box outside. Remove the lid and look for your meter inside. Make sure to be careful when lifting the lid. The cool, dark space makes a perfect home for spiders and other living creatures. You may have a leak detector on your meter, a small triangle on the meter dial. If all your water sources are off and the leak detector is rotating, you may have a leak. If you don't have the leak detector on your meter, make a note of the number of gallons listed on your meter. Wait about an hour, make sure there's no water running inside or outside your home, and check the gallons listed on your meter again. If those numbers have changed, you may have a leak.
Leaks can waste thousands of gallons of water in just a few days. Identifying and repairing leaks promptly can not only save water, but also save money on your water bill. For more information on how to repair leaks, visit our website, Cobb Water.
Alrighty. The next thing that you can do is take the 10-minute challenge, right? And again, don't forget, you can certainly loop in your whole family for this. It basically involves spending 10 minutes walking around your home checking for leaks. Or you can split it up if you can't spare 10 minutes. I know how busy we all can be. You can split it up and do it one thing each day for a couple minutes. We'll go over each one in detail, but to start with, you want to check your faucet washers and gaskets for wear and tear and replace them if necessary. Use a pipe tape or a wrench to ensure tight connections where shower heads attach, and finally take a toilet test. Use your senses, right? Check to see if you hear dripping sounds anywhere, if you see pooling of water, if you see that there's a wetness under your sink, underneath a pipe fixture or under a connection, or if you hear that your toilet is running. These are all indications that you may have a leak. What do you do if you find a leak, right? Well, if your fixture is leaking, it might be possible that it's the aerator that's the culprit. Aerators are small fixtures that are detachable. You can remove them. They're intended to mix the water that's coming out from your faucet with air, so it's slightly pressurized, and you can accomplish the same task while using less water. Pretty nifty, right? So you'll need to look into seeing if you can replace them. Now, about that gasket, that is that little rubber small ring in that male portion on the top left image. There are two types of aerators, by the way. There are female ones and there are male ones. This is referring to where the spiral portion is. If the spiral portion, that twisty part, is on the inside, it's female. And if it's spiraling and it's on the outside, that means it's a male aerator. If it's a female one, sometimes they are obvious, but at times they may be quite hidden inside your sink fixture. And to that end, you may need a small key to unlock and untwist your female aerator out. Now, different fixtures have different requirements for what type of aerator you need, but these days they do sell universal aerators. That is, your aerators that can be adjusted and utilized no matter which one you have, female or male. One thing I forgot to mention. So aerators can be water efficient. They can save you in terms of the amount of water you use from that fixture, but they only work if all the parts are in place. And sometimes you might have an aerator that's been compromised. Like maybe the past owner saw that it was leaking, they just took out the gasket but never put it back on, right? So it does take, it's worthwhile your time to check out to see if your aerator is everything's in order and nothing needs to be replaced. Or if it does, it's a really simple fix, right? The next thing that you can do during your 10-minute challenge is to see if your shower heads are leaking. So you'll want to look for leaks or sprays that could be stopped with some Teflon tape or some plumber's tape. If you have a leak that's at the connection point from your shower head and the pipe, you can definitely utilize some plumber's tape to help make sure that that connection is seamless, meaning there's no space for water to be dripping out at that point. Sometimes it could be because you have a faulty shower head, in which case, may I suggest to you that you check out a WaterSense labeled shower head. And if by chance you have an advanced shower system that has multiple points and there's a leak that you're not confident that you can fix on your own, that's probably the point where you can make the educated decision that you'll actually need a plumber this time and then call a licensed plumber to assist you. The third thing that I suggest you do during your 10-minute challenge is to see if your toilet is running. It's actually a common myth that leaking toilets always make a running sound. Sometimes leaking toilets can be absolutely silent, so you'll definitely want to do a toilet test periodically to make sure that your toilet is not running or leaking. And I'm going to bring back Angie real quick to share with you how you can do this. Hold on. back to our webinar. I hope that was a little informative. I know some of us are more handy than others, but if you've never opened up a toilet tank before, it's really easy, and flappers are often a common portion or part of your toilet that needs to be replaced periodically. So you can do it as part of your 10-minute challenge. Last but not least, do not forget about the outside, right? Especially if you have an irrigation system, but all of us should be checking periodically or regularly that your outside faucet is not leaking. Now, you can actually use your landscape and check for some visual cues as an indicator to see if your irrigation system is faulty or there's some connections or some sprinkler bodies or parts that need to be replaced, right? If they've been compromised. Look for extra green grass, see if there's any dips or holes in the yard, anything wet or squishy. The opposite might be true too. Let's say you have a lot of patchiness, right? Even though your irrigation system seems to be working and you still have some patchiness, these both ends of the spectrum can be indicators that something might be wrong with your irrigation system, right? So the EPA has this a program called Inspect, Direct, and Connect. It's kind of like a mantra or principles to go by, good practices to follow when it comes to your irrigation system. So such thing as a sprinkler spruce up, and I highly recommend it to include that as part of your leak detective challenge, right? Okay. Now, it seems like things that you need to detect and fix some minor leaks are kind of increasing, right? Well, we have a little bit of good news. Here at Cobb County Water System, we provide free water-saving kits to Cobb County residents. You basically log on to your computer and then open up a browser, visit our website, and you can request online a water-saving kit to be mailed directly to you. And we actually have two types. We have an indoor water-saving kit and an outdoor water-saving kit. And this is what's inside your indoor water-saving kit. You get a brand new WaterSense labeled shower head, 2 bathroom aerators, a dual spray swivel kitchen aerator, leak detector dye tabs, some plumber's tape, and also a 5-minute shower timer, right? Let's say you have a family member and you know that they take really long showers and you want to encourage them to shower a little bit less. The shower timer really comes in handy, right? So there's a lot of good things in this free water saving kit. Most of it is tools that you might find useful, but we do have one item that tries to encourage good water saving behavior, right? Good everyday behavior that'll help you save you on your water. Okay. We also have a residential toilet rebate program. If you have a house or a home built that was established before 1993 and you are a Cobb County Water System customer and you've received no more than 3 rebates in the past, you can get a credit of up to $100 per toilet, up to 3 toilets, so $300 for 3 toilets max applied to your water bill. And that's for upgrading your traditional toilet to an ultra-efficient WaterSense label toilet. Amazing, right? So in terms of what's an ultra-efficient WaterSense labeled toilet, WaterSense meaning that toilet, that specific product has been independently certified. It has that label, that WaterSense label, to use less water than its traditional counterparts or its competitors that don't have the label. Not only that, but for our program, we're a little bit more stringent because these days they do have ultra-efficient WaterSense label toilets. These ultra-efficient toilets use 1.1 gallons per flush or less. Can you believe it? More traditional toilets can on average use 7 gallons per flush or even a little bit more than that. So you're getting one flush, whereas in the olden days, it would take you 7 flushes, right? One flush for 7 gallons, you could get 7 flushes for that same amount for that one flush on a traditional toilet. And that can lead to savings on your water bill. And I'll talk to you a little bit more later on how to find that application online, but you essentially submit an itemized receipt and that toilet rebate application. Now, one more time, a reiteration, you want to purchase the ultra efficient WaterSense labeled toilet. Not all WaterSense labeled toilets are ultra efficient. So you can log on to EPA's directory website and look up WaterSense labeled toilets, but be sure to check and make sure that the gallons per flush is 1.1. And if you pick a dual button, a dual label one for liquids and one for solids, if you get the dual button one, make sure that the average is still 1.1 gallons per flush if you do intend to apply for this toilet rebate. So that's a great incentive if you have a home that was built before 1993. How do you access it, right? How do you get to the kits? How do you get to the toilet rebate form? It's really easy and accessible if you are able to log online. So visit www.cobbstreams.org and click on the Water Conservation tab up on top. And after you click it, it will lead you to this webpage. And notice here that there's 2 buttons. There's a toilet rebate button and there's a water saving kits button indicated by these two little yellow arrows. I'll say that 10 times. But essentially, this is where you can access all of the eligibility requirements and the forms for the toilet rebate program, retrofit rebate program, and the form for the water saving kit. So it's all accessible 24/7, www.cobbstreams.org. Now we're into this commonly asked questions portion, and sometimes we get questions as to who is responsible for such and such leak, right? Now, if you are a new homeowner, it's important to reiterate and emphasize where the division is, because there is a division between customer responsibility and utility responsibility. If a leak occurs, and the midpoint and the median line is kind of where your water meter is. So if it goes from your water meter to your home and you have a leak in that area from your home water line or a pipe inside your home, it is your responsibility as a water customer and a homeowner to repair that leak. If the leak is occurring between your water meter and to the utility water main, which is the street main, and it's kind of away from your home, it's between the water meter and the utility water main, it is then the utility's responsibility to repair that leak. If a leak occurs before at the home water line, once again, it is the water customer's responsibility. Okay. All right. Another commonly asked question I often get is, does Cobb County Water System offer a partial leak credit? And the answer is we do have a leak credit policy that is available and an application. So Cobb Water has a leak credit policy which provides a partial credit for eligible leaks once in a rolling 12-month period. The credit can be applied to no more than 2 affected months. And the purpose of the policy is to help customers with a partial offset of the costs associated with certain plumbing failures. We understand that when there is a major leak, the uptick in your water bill can be quite severe. We understand that, and so Cobb County has this leak credit policy, which is intended to aid customers for a partial offset. It is not intended to fully compensate a customer for the cost of a leak, right? And you are still responsible for paying your water bill while waiting for the leak credit to be processed. Now, there are eligibility requirements and there is an application. So I'm going to show you in the next slide what that looks like. But essentially, that website is on the bottom of this slide here. Check it out. Even if you currently don't have a leak, of course, this is important for you to know as a resource to you in the future, right? It's good to put in the back of your mind as part of your toolkit. Okay. To access the leak credit application and policy, you'll need to go to cobbcounty.org/water/customer-service/leaks. It'll take you to this webpage, and then read this webpage because it will tell you a little bit more about the eligibility requirements and etc. And then click on that link right there to apply for the leak credit online. And if you click that link, it'll launch you into this leak credit application form. Submit this form, and it will be sent to customer service for processing and review. And that is it for this Lunch and Learn webinar. If you have any questions, you are most welcome to email me at aminta.lu@cobbcounty.org, or you can also visit cobbstreams.org or cobbwater.org. Now there's an option where you can chat with a customer service representative. So that is also a resource to you if you want to speak with someone in customer service as well. But as far as myself goes, we are also available and we want to be accessible to you. So please feel free, if you have questions, to email me at aminta.lu@cobbcounty.org. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.